Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to Gemini season. This is really your Saturn and Aries reading. Saturn just moved into Aries on May 24th, bringing us to this fresh point in our lives, fresh point in your life, the Page of Pentacles. You can create something new for yourself. You may have felt really boxed in, like you boxed yourself in, like people put you in a box, and now you want out. And you can get out, but you have to move slowly, delicately. Aries loves to move fast and, snap things into existence. But with Saturn there, there's value in taking what comes to you quick, but letting it simmer like Saturn does, letting things build for years even to get to that place, So although in your mind, there's this idea where you're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is the new direction that I need to go in. Everyone's tried to box me in this way, but now I know what I want for me and I know how I want to go about it. I know how I want to take control back of whatever it is that I'm trying to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. With the Page of Pentacles, as the first card out, says, good. Now take it very slowly. If this is a rebranding, you know how long it took you, how many years it took you to build the brand that you have today, right? So it's going to take that same amount of time to rebrand. It's going to take that same amount of, effort and energy to tell a new story and for people to adjust to it, but also for people to believe in it. And that is important for fire energy, for people to just naturally believe whatever it is that you're creating or putting out, because it's fire, because your heart is truly in it. It's not just a flash in the pan idea. It's really a part of you, and that's what people love about fire energy. So take your time with this rebrand and take it slowly and make it deep, let your heart be in it, not just because you can do it and do it really fast and make it seem like this is the new way, because people don't believe that. They just don't. They actually feel like you're stealing something, like you're actually just taking advantage of a situation or taking advantage of some privilege that you have, instead of actually like putting in the work or matching the amount of work that they had to put in. Like, it's really easy for people to take your ability right now to change direction as theft from them, So be really aware of that. Like, Saturn in Aries can genuinely make you the savior in some situations where people were just completely blinded to what was really needed to accomplish something professionally or creatively or romantically. Even you can be the savior in that way, or you can be the enemy to people that you actually really want to be connected with, but you just don't understand how they see you. You just don't understand the pride that they have about their stuff, and you may not even resonate with it in the same way. It's not because you don't care about what they have going on or what they're doing isn't amazing. You love it. You just, even you, if you're really good at something, you don't resonate with it in the same way. It doesn't. Okay, I think this is how to think about it. And the Sagittarian card is the best card to explain it, because Sagittarian energy, when it does something, it fully embodies it. It becomes a part of them. If they have an interest, if they have a passion, if they have, a direction that they want to go in their life. It's not just, oh, I chose this direction and this is something I do, every Saturday, right? Like, no, that thing becomes a part of them. They are that thing. And so you could imagine that that means a lot, to them once they have chosen something to love and embody and find meaning in. And in your mind, your self-worth isn't determined by anything that you find meaning in outside of you, right? Or that you enjoy outside of you. But that's not necessarily the case for other people. That's not necessarily the values that other people live by. And so that's where this clash can come into play, because there are some people who've worked for years to create things, and it's not that they don't appreciate you or love you, but Aries is a humble fire sign, but it's also a fire sign that has a lot of pride and will go to war without thought. And you just don't want to activate with that within people. And it's very easy for you to activate that within people without even realizing it. And so that's the watch out. You want to watch out for these quick decisions that you're making without understanding the need to really be humble in whatever it is that you're trying to do. And humble doesn't just mean like, oh, like, being grateful, right? It really means like being aware of everyone in the equation, what they bring and what things mean to them. And you're so good at that. But because of the quickness of Aries energy, and because you are typically the one holding everything together, and now Aries is coming in and saying, hey, no, you don't have to hold everything together. You can just go. Now, the typical role that you play of holding things together for everybody, now you're going, and it can create some clashes between people that you really like, or people that you're really interested in, or people that you really want to work with or collaborate with. And it has a lot to do with your approach. So taking things really slowly, and being very delicate, right, to everyone involved is the way to attract um, this role that you will play. You will play the role of being the savior in your career, in your love life, whatever it is, in a way that actually just comes naturally to you while Saturn is in Aries. But there's a very thin line between people being drawn to you because they need your strength, they need to understand how you're not so attached, you know they don't even know why, but they are attracted to your energy because of that. They need to know how can they continue to succeed without letting things be such a driver of how they feel about themselves, right? That's why they're being drawn to your strength and drawn to your energy right now, in work, in love, friendship, all of those things. So that's what you're looking for. That's where you have the ability to be super generous and to be super valuable to the world around you. But that line is very, very thin, and the honesty, the meanness that will come from people if you cross that line, it feels unwarranted. It feels like people are just saying things just because they want to hurt your feelings, just because they want to make you feel smaller, just because they don't want you to, why do you think that you're so great, all this kind of thing. And it's like, you don't even want to attract all that kind of energy. You really want to body this role of being the savior. And I know the savior sounds so insane, but that is the energy. That is it. People are really lost, and it's not that you don't get lost, you do. But there's this safety net. The 12th house is it is the abyss. Saturn near 12th. It is being out in the abyss and no man's land kind of thing. But God is also out there. Yes, it's the abyss, but it's also like an unexplainable feeling of safety and peace, letting go, being disinterested, and tapping into your interest in the way that you like, in a way that you want. So yeah, you can help people navigate that abyss. They find peace in your approach to life, to work, to love. Let's talk specifically a little bit more about money, because Saturn in Aries, you do become a catch-all for stray opportunities that just seem to be floating by. It's nothing, and then it turns into something really, really, valuable, really, really important. A lucky chance of an opportunity. So that's definitely happening now that Saturn is in Aries. But there is also a sense of loss. There is also a sense of something big being lost with this transit. A big professional opportunity being lost. And that feeling, there's a lot mixed into that. There we go. Something being lost, the Death card, card of endings, card of losses, the Scorpio card here. Yeah. Some truth that you wanted to keep hidden, some secret that you wanted nobody to ever know. Maybe some pride that you had that was a little bit too loud within you came to light. All right. And now the situation has transitioned because of this reveal. In your career, you can't go back to when that thing was hidden, or when that truth was, you were able to kind of play within the lines of whatever that truth was. And now, it's all out in the open. It's all been aired out. It is what it is. But also there has been something lost within this, whether it is a part of your reputation, whether it is a capability that you wanted to offer, but now it's clear that you actually don't have that, or maybe it's your pride that kept you from opening the doors to greater, a stronger reputation, but also just being more impactful within your career. So the Scorpio energy that you feel as Saturn moves into Aries and you process, this is an opportunity to build a stronger relationship with your ego and your shadow side, not to punish you, but because sometimes your ego, which is what you're seeing and what you're experiencing through this loss, your ego can keep you from being as receptive to opportunities, but also keeping things clean, right? Sometimes the emotions and the pride seep into situations, and it's natural. It happens in all industries, but it can cap your money. It can, keep certain opportunities from being able to attach to you because your pride kind of, muddied the waters, right? So now Saturn is in Aries and things are moving really, really quickly, but the waters have been muddied in some ways. The Seven of Cups for you, and you're emotional and confused about it, and that's okay. That is the journey of this transit for you. It's coming face to face with what within you is block to greater financial abundance, and knowing that although you are a sign that is so attractive to financial opportunities and to money in general. It can be a part of the pride and very easy to just think that you're doing nothing wrong, or that there's nothing that you could do better to like make the situation better. And not that that's how you are necessarily, but it's just like, you just move in a way, right? That can come across like that. Whereas Aries and this energy is facing yourself head on and seeing what's needed from your relationships, from your partnerships, and becoming that thing in a way that resonates with you. And I think there's a part of you that's like, oh, I don't want to become that thing. I just want to keep doing what I want to do. And that's the battle of this. It's like, you want to be renewed. You want to humble yourself to receive the new way of building professionally. Even if you have a wealth of experience, even if you are the top in your industry, even if feel like you know everything that there is to know, for the most part, there is a new approach to business, and in all industries coming through here with Aries energy, bringing in the new. And you don't want to be confused about it. You don't want to be prideful about it. And you especially don't want to be a block. Here's this energy. It's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy because like as I'm talking, I'm like, I really want to like give love to Taurus right now. And I really want to like shine a light on you guys, because I feel like in general you need a light. Like, you've done incredible things, you've accomplished incredible things, and you're still such a wonderful person through it all. And so it's like, I want to say I want to send love your way, because I feel like this is a hard reading. Like, looking at the cards coming up, it is a hard reading, but I already knew you guys this is what you're going through right now. This, especially the Saturn and Aries transit, it's destabilizing a bit. So, but I just want to ground you guys on the fact that you're fine. You're going to be fine, and you are still thriving. These are just things that you need to make sure that you're aware of, so that you're not being a blockage to really healthy changes that can come into your world, or so that you're not rushing these healthy changes to the point where you break things because the delicate approach isn't there where it's really needed. So let's talk a little bit more about how you can stay stuck within your career if you don't adjust to these changes, or if you move too fast in the adjustment of what's needed. So if you don't adjust, if you don't listen to the people around you who are showing you that the professional landscape has changed and this is what it is now, if you don't adjust, you literally just don't make as much money. Like, it's that simple. It's not like, oh, this person's not going to like you, they're going to feel this way about you. Like, no, literally the financial opportunities will just pass you by. Like, people will look over you. They will literally go to someone else. They will literally take you out of the equation. Like, they will literally remove you from the project because you just aren't keeping up with the times and with the energy shift. And what is this energy shift? It's being all in. It's creating a scenario where you can be all in, and making sure that anybody who's a part of what it is that you're doing understands that being all in is not a losing game like it maybe was in the past. Maybe in the past, you had to kind of have one foot in, one foot out in your business dealings, and that worked really well for you. It made you valuable, it made you attractive. That's not the case anymore. It doesn't. It actually just makes you feel like makes you look like you're just, when people are working in business, they don't want to think about business. They want to think about their idea. They want to think about their creative idea, or what they're trying to bring to life, or how they're going to make money through it, but what it's tied to, and what's the story behind it. And that's what Aries energy, fire energy, is about. That story, that passion, that meaning. And it's like, you're like, yeah, that's cute, right? Like, let's just do what we know works. And this energy is like, no, I don't want to. That's, one, is boring. to, I have a story I want to tell. Do you want in or do you not? And so the hangman and the five of pentacles is such a clear illustration of how literally if you don't adjust to the fact that people don't want to just do what's tried and true anymore. They don't want that. They're bored of that. They want to create a new world now. And creating that new world is coming in with this new story, this new energy, this new vibe, and they want you to embrace it. They want you to adjust to it. They want you to become it even in your business dealings with them. And if you find that to be just unattractive to your spirit, then maybe you are the one rejecting these opportunities as well. And it's your choice, you know. But the five of pentacles, the money is here to be made, but the mindset around it is what can keep you stuck throughout this Saturn and Aries transit, because you just aren't interested. And if you're in a good financial place, then maybe it's not a big deal, right? But um, if you're looking to grow, that is the opening. That's the thing that, you know, helps you catch, you know. And maybe you need to see it as nurturing. Maybe that's the opening for you. If you see it as, you know, I'm nurturing this opportunity, I'm nurturing these business partners, I'm nurturing this idea, maybe that's the opening for you to care. I'm caring for someone else's thing, right? That might be the opening for you. But until you make that connection of like, actually need to care about this, those financial opportunities will run in the opposite direction, because they know you just don't care. They just know it. Okay. We already talked a lot about rushing in and how that keeps your money stuck. But rushing into this new approach to business at the beginning of the reading, and how that keeps your money slow or stuck, or how that creates dissonance with you and your business partners. So we talked a lot about that in the beginning, but I think we didn't talk enough about like the solve. How do you um we did. It's about like let's talk about it a little bit. So the solve for knowing that this new path professionally is coming in for everybody, and you feel it and you see it, and you've got this big and new great idea and you want to run ahead towards it, as we talked about, feel the new vision, but don't run. One, because if you run, you're going to trigger people who are already doing it, or who are already doing what you're trying to do, and it's like it it causes them to lose respect for you, basically, right? Or there's just this level of consideration that you need to give to people who are already doing what you're trying to do, and it's like, well, why do I have to do that? Other people don't have to do that. And it's like, you in particular just do, because when you do something, it's going to happen, it's going to stick for you, even if it's not the best. It's just going to stick because you're just in this place of public success and career success. So but your peers and your business partners, like, there is a weirdness that's really easy to develop, especially if things aren't being said or things aren't being. So as much as you have this career success and this, constant public recognition going on for you, you also need to, communicate and, you know, be super humble to people who are in your industry and in your um, realm of whatever it is that you're doing, because that's what's going to pull them towards you. That's what's going to make them see that, like, okay, she's just trying to do something. She's trying to try something new. She's not trying to like step on anybody's toes and things like that. And it's like, as a fire sign, I'm like, I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't care about stepping on nobody's toes. They can handle themselves. That's, a fire energy. But for you, you're not like that. You want people to love you. You want people to want to be around you. You want to feel like you can walk places and people are going to not send you weird energy, and they're going to be positive and pleasant and all of those things. And so it is important that you put some energy as you're trying to build this new path professionally. Make part of that building saying the things either to the people or publicly that acknowledges that you're a novice in this thing, you're just trying something new, and thank you for supporting me, even though the support for you is really like hyping you as if you're like the thing, and that's what can trigger people. And it's like, well, you know I'm not trying to be first or anything like that, but it's like everyone's trying to be first right now. And if you run out trying to run this race with people and trying to beat them in this race that they've been working years on years on years to do, and you just do it just like that, it's gonna trigger people. It's just going to. So the best thing that you can do is be this nurturing version of you, be this humble version of you that is actually just, working to attract more love and understanding, and you are trying something new, and that will make these people be like, you know what, yeah, you know what, I will work with you, or yeah, you know what, I'm down, I respect what you got going on. That happens for you, but that happens for you just because of who you are. But that extra step of consideration for the people who are in this dynamic with you is what will secure and make sure that there's no slowdown in whatever it is that you're trying to do, because you're taking it slow, you're approaching it delicately, you're respecting people's triggers, especially their pride triggers, and that's what makes them feel like they can come your way and build something really slowly together with you, or quickly. But this journey that you're on, no matter what and what you're trying to build, it's a slow, you can't rush becoming a vibe, like you want to become a vibe now, you want to be a certain energy now. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to come from like daily, like tailoring of your energy, and it's going to take some years to like give off the energy that you really want to give off. And right now it can kind of seem like and so take your time, go very slowly, so that this fire, it burns loud, it burns fast, it burns bright, but it also, like, when it burns, it's like nobody questions if something's fire or not. They're not going to be like, is this fire? Like, nah, it just is. And that's the energy that you're looking for. And if you go too fast, it's like you're trying to, make moments that are not fire. And any fire sign will see right through that and not put you in your place. They just won't acknowledge it because they're like, what is this? All right, let's talk about love. So basically, you have to put in the work to change and become the energy that you may see in someone else that you want to embody. And it's like, it's just going to take time. Yeah. All right, let's talk about love and how this Saturn transit. Well, for some, this transit may just mean, keeping your relationship very, very private and away from, the eyes of others. And that's how you keep it peaceful. That's how you can, keep the love flowing, work through the good times, work through the hard times without outside influences. And that's the way to do it, really. You find a lot of strength in that, keeping things out of the public eye keeps it tight, secure, and abundant. It's really good. If you're looking for new love, and maybe you need to plan a trip together. You guys need to go get away together. You need to, get in a flow, a routine-ish of, it doesn't have to be tight routine, but just intentionally, taking time away, going to new places together. It doesn't have to be a new country. Even you just need new experiences. You need to keep things exciting and fresh, and it's not going to happen by like doing the same things every week. So get into a flow of planning little getaways, or going to new places within your city, or going to new events, or going to meet new people, whatever it is. Okay, if you are looking to attract love into your life, What you need is to focus on your career. Mm-hmm. Because focusing on your career, your 10th house here, Pluto and Aquarius, is going to make you so strong that love is obsessed with you, which is kind of what you need. Okay, you're so strong in your own life that love is obsessed with you because they want to fit into this equation of, thriving energy. Anyone would be stupid not to, right? So that's the energy that you are looking to project out into the world, not on in a weird way. Again, really important not to rush or, be too obvious with, like, you want to be subtle with what you're accomplishing and what you're building, but you definitely want to double down on your investment in your career, because that's actually a gateway to attracting really strong love that will submit to your expectations, because you'll be in a position where you won't accept anything that doesn't, because why would you? You have everything that you want. And so why would you accept something in your life that is not also giving you everything that you want? Okay, so your career is really going to help with that. The strength that you feel and the success that you feel in your career kind of does this thing in your mind where it's like, yeah, I should also have a really incredible love life and a really incredible partner. And it can really help you, put the pressure on people who are not playing that role, put the pressure on anyone who comes in, and really, so you can see, who can be the person to really match, who's going to be the one where it just clicks and they are strong enough. Strength is a key part of whoever this new person coming in is. You can connect with anybody who sees you thriving, whatever. You can build community, connect, have a good time with anybody. But lasting this fixed energy requires a strength that not a lot of people have, and it will show quickly within a day. Within a day, people start to get scattered just spending time with them. So, keep the pressure on, because this person who can actually who's sustainable over the years, they'll flourish. They'll love the pressure. They will rise to the occasion, because it's just something that they've also worked for. They have that endurance within them, and that's what you're looking for. There's also something else that I wanted to say. I feel like that kind of accomplishes it, though. Yeah. Okay, Taurus, I love you. You will be fine going through the Saturn and Aries transit, but it is one that you want to approach delicately to really make the most of. So keep that in mind, and I will see you in Cancer season. In the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in the description. Love you. Bye.